All right, gentlemen. So welcome back to, I think, the sixth episode. I don't really know at this point of the Offside Podcast for the fans, by the fans. You know, we discuss our agendas. You know what I'm saying?
Back again.
And obviously, first on the agenda, I mean, I'm not really a La Liga freak, but over the past, I think, 2 weeks, Barcelona have really fumbled the league. Thoughts?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Karma. 100%, dude. Real Madrid have just been fantastic. Barca choked under the pressure. Barca started choking under the pressure. But it's good to see they're relying on the youngsters. They're bringing the youngsters up, but still at the moment, the players aren't performing.
Also, poor management. Not even like top management. The actual manager himself, he's not there in it. Like, he doesn't have his heart in there with the team. I remember I watched his first interview, and because he came from, I'm not sure where he came from, but he was like, there's little you can do to a team like this, to really have them operating properly. And I mean, I guess
I'll be back, guys. I need to quickly go. I'm gonna be back.
When you have that mentality, it's like you've already come in with the sense that this is already a good team. There's not much I need to do. Yeah, he came in complacent, thinking the players will know how to handle situations and stuff like that. When it's the thing of like, he underestimated his importance as a manager to the players, and I guess we rode our luck for as long as we could, and then he's been found out now, and that's another level. The table speaks for itself.
Did you say that Barca have an aging team?
Yep.
I think
100%.
Yeah.
I think just to break it down, it's a lot of things for Barca right now. Like the man said, the management is the first one. I mean, you take a guy from Real Betis and you try to put him in Barca, gets a bit overwhelmed. I think he's also scared of managing the big players. So everything had been, like, obviously Messi has been the center of Barcelona for years, but under this manager, it's like there is no strategy. Like, every time we get the ball, give it to Messi. Everything that happens, give it to Messi. And literally,
that one's also a bit tough. I don't think that one can only be
breaking up a little bit.
Can only be put on the manager. It's also a thing of the players. Like, you're in the presence of arguably the greatest footballer to have ever been on the planet. But if you take it into the context of like when Messi arrived, if you watch like the things he did and the interviews, this man literally, he stuck with Ronaldinho. He learned off him. He made the effort to learn off him instead of, let me let Ronaldinho do what Ronaldinho does, and maybe just by watching him, I'll be able to learn. Be your own footballer. Like, they brought you into the team for a reason. It's not because you watch Messi the best. Grow a backbone, be a footballer, want to develop. And then when everyone's got that mentality, then the team will operate at a different wavelength. Like, for example, that season, the MSN season, it wasn't just passed to Messi because they knew Suarez was going to be there to do the things. Neymar was there. You've got Iniesta behind, creative, distributing, Busquets behind that. Everyone knew what they were there to do, and everyone wanted to be doing it instead of, let's get it to Messi to try help us in this situation. And there's only so much one man can do. You can't take a throw and pass to yourself. There needs to be a team effort.
But don't you think he's also part of the reason why that happens?
I do, Shem. Initially, I was like, people are dramatic, but then you look at it, and I was talking to someone about it. I was like, it's those South Americans in the team, like specifically the Messi, Suarez, Vidal, like they only seem to like trust each other in and amongst the team, and even that isn't good because you get other players who are like, now it's that thing of like, your best player only supports these certain people. And I guess Shane, we don't know what's happening, but from what it looks like on TV and all of that, I guess it works both ways. The players don't have the self-belief to do it, but also it's not a team effort, just in general, in the entire team.
So has the manager lost the dressing room?
I think he lost it a long time ago, to be honest, bro. Yeah. Barcelona have looked like a shade of themselves in a lot of the season, dude, if you think about it. And I've been a bit disappointed with Griezmann, dude, and how he's developed and how he's come into the team. But I guess there's been a lot of pressure on him.
But with Griezmann, it's not his fault. Like, for example, if you watched the game last night, he was played in the exact place that he's supposed to play from the jump. And that needs good management. You need to understand your squad. So yesterday he was played in his position and, man, they did wonders. And that's why I said, at the end of the day, it comes down to the manager, because if he's not managing it right and he's not setting them up right, it's going to feel like Messi has to be loyal to people. But in actual fact, the way the team is set up, Messi can only pass to Suarez, because when he's in the box, who's there? It's Suarez. But if you change things up, you say, okay, Griezmann, come closer to Messi. You switch the whole formation up. You set the team up correctly, and then obviously the team will perform better. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Can I jump in there? Can I jump in?
Yeah.
I think the problem with Barca from Luis Enrique's exit is that every single coach afterwards didn't have their own game plan. It was to play to Messi, which you guys have been saying. But I also think Messi is also at fault, because if you look at, like, okay, minus last night's game, the games before, every single attack went through Messi. Even the unnecessary balls that could have been sent forward or to the wings go to Messi. And the only player, I think, in the past few seasons who hasn't been playing to give the ball to Messi has been benched or has been injured, which is Dembele. Because if you notice how he plays, he'll give Messi the ball, but he legit just wants to run and make it the cross or run and score the goal. Whereas other players, if you look at Jordi Alba, for example, Jordi Alba, when he gets it on the left, he's only looking for Messi. He's only looking to cut it back, you know? And
that
the whole team, to be honest, bro.
That was another one I forgot.
So when you look at that day, even in the midfield now, if you look at Suarez, he's always looking to play the 1-2 with Messi so they can go through and score. And initially that limited Griezmann, because when Griezmann was asking for the ball, even on Twitter, it was actually trending that Griezmann, like, they were almost like they were ignoring him, you know. And I think that was the big problem, is that
can I add something quickly as well after you've done?
Yeah.
I was thinking as well, you know, we were saying about how the manager doesn't have a backbone and how the manager doesn't really understand his team very well. Could it not be something similar to the Argentina situation in the national team, where Messi kind of decided to take matters into his own hands and is saying, okay, boys, we don't know what we're doing here. Let me do the things that I've been doing. You know, he's kind of he obviously trusts himself, but a bit predictable now. And it limits the guys like Griezmann, who also want to express themselves and do what they want to do. But he's new in the team. You know, remember when Griezmann first came to Barcelona, there was that whole thing about, you know, how well he's going to get on the Suarez and Messi. And it looked like he was just trying to find his feet. But if the manager, like you said, is not really doing well for the team, Messi, who's the coach, we all know, is going to try to be the manager like he did at Argentina. And it's not working, you know. There's no cohesion. Like you said, Jordi Alba is just looking for Messi because he trusts him. Meanwhile, you know, other players, non-South American players, are playing a different game to him. So it's a bit of a mixed match, eh?
Honestly, bro, like, I just think that at number 10, I think he's a tyrant. I think it doesn't allow anyone to express their source on the pitch unless it was Neymar. Because even Dembele, when Dembele tried to run, you saw Messi give him this glaze of death, stare of death, bro. Like what the fuck are you doing? Same with Coutinho.
And Dembele was scoring bangers, bro.
If Coutinho tried a young finesse there, Messi would look at him and be like, son, this is my team. Don't do that shit. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, obviously, the extent to it, but I just feel like if Messi doesn't get along with you, you're not going to thrive at Barca. And then he also has the management and the coaching staff in his fucking pocket. One player shouldn't have that much power in the club. I mean, the other day, you 100%. Saw him blatantly disrespect the coach. Like,
and the board, bro.
If you
came out and talk shit about the board as well.
If you're seeing the captain of the club openly do that, how are the youngsters of the squad supposed to respect the coach as well?
It's a Granite Xhaka situation.
Granit Xhaka with Messi.
Yeah, but that's my sentiment on the whole thing. I think that's why. And I think when Messi leaves Barca, you're gonna see the exact same thing that Madrid is happening. As a squad, they'll be a lot better off.
Flourish, definitely.
As a squad, they'll be a lot better off.
And I hate to make the comparison, but it's funny. The narrative has always been that Ronaldo is the tyrant of the team. And, I think to be at the levels of Messi and Ronaldo, you do, to an extent, have to be a bit of a tyrant, right? You have to be a bit goal-centered. But what I've learned now is that Ronaldo only cares about goals, bro. I mean, on the pitch, you look, he's only concerned about getting the ball at the back of the net. Whereas I think with Messi, on the other hand, bro, like you were saying, other players look so much more restricted, dude.
Facts.
But guys,
now, Liverpool, obviously, were crowned champions. When was it? I don't care. They were...
and they got slapped.
Liverpool were crowned champions, and then they make City give them a guard of honor, and City punch them in the throat. So, I mean, I think we all knew Liverpool were gonna be champions in December already. There wasn't a dispute. Whether I'd say this is the greatest Premier League team I've ever seen, no.
I never.
No,
Definitely not.
Yeah, I've got a lot to say about this, Labs.
But I will say that what Klopp has done is amazing. I mean, he's transformed a lot of average players into good. I won't say world class. There's only like 3 world class players in that squad, but that just goes to show you how well they work as a team.
At least 5, bro.
Nah, there's 3. There's 3. You're not changing my mind. There's 3.
Please name them. Please name them for us.
Mane, Van Dijk, Trent. That's it. Everyone else there is
So what
good.
about the keeper, Becca?
Amen. If I had Van Dijk in front of me, bro, I'd also be just as good as him.
Nah, actually, you're not wrong.
No, bro. If I had Robinson and Van Dijk, come on, bro.
Alisson is suspect for me too, bro.
What about Mohamed?
Nah, I don't rate that man, bro.
Salah's the biggest fraud.
I don't rate. Like I said on the last podcast, he looks like he's lagging when he's running, bro. I don't rate this man, dog. Like,
man.
Salah literally, bro. He's playing FIFA 10, dog. Just get to the box and finesse. That's all he does, bro. Nah, bro. I can't rate this man, dog.
I really don't.
What's Salah's job, guys? What's Salah's job? Let's start there. What's his job?
He's a scorer.
Yes, okay. No. Listen, just because you do your job in that system that's working well for you doesn't mean you are now above and beyond. Listen, firstly, he's not even the best. Out of the front 3,
he's not even.
He's the most. He's not the best. It's Mane. It's
Firmino's a fraud, bro.
I'm
sorry. If any other player striker didn't score a single home goal for the whole season, we would be hearing it. Think about that, bro. He hasn't scored a home Premier League goal this entire season. Of course, he's a great player. He's got takers, bro. He's got technique. He makes the fans happy. Yes, whatever. But as a striker, mate,
terrible.
Imagine Timo Werner in that team. I'd be shivering.
But then the others won't score.
I won't lie, but I watched the podcast last week, so I remember you saying all of this stuff. But you also have to remember how he came from, and it's for the system. For the system, it works well. Like if you look at him back at Hoffenheim, at Cam, he was operating, and the Liverpool system works where he plays in that centre forward Campbell. So you can't hold him to the striker standard just because on the team sheet it shows 4-3-3 and he's the striker.
No. Listen to this, Lizzetti. I completely understand that, bro. I feel like a player can only be judged in context, correct? But we're talking about a player who hasn't scored a single home goal. The team plays very well, yeah, and he plays well to the system. But mate, at the end of the day, as a cam or a striker, I don't know. That if that was any other player, would be loud, mate. So
how many assists? How many home assists does he have?
Like 6. He has a six Premier League assists the whole season, something like that, bro. Like
let me just
like
check.
6, 7, or 8.
Yo, that's shocking.
I mean, if I put a Timo Werner in that team, or a player who could play selflessly, a selfless striker, as we're saying, a player who drops in deep. Just for an example, I'm talking about a guy like Karim Benzema.
I
I'd be so scared of Liverpool.
A striker doesn't score, bro.
33 appearances in the league, 8 goals, 7 assists.
Listen to
92 shots. 92 shots in the league. 92.
Guys, come on.
That's inexcusable. You can't make an excuse for that. 92 shots.
As a rival fan, bro. Honestly though, as a rival fan, if Liverpool got a striker, bro, minus goals, I don't really care about goal. Obviously, I care about goals, but I'm saying if they got a striker who puts on 15 to 20 goals, I'd be so nervous about that front three. I'd be nervous about that entire team, dude. I think they could be at a new level again if they got a dangerous striker.
As an Arsenal fan, I get nervous when I see Firmino, so I'll not comment.
I know. But you got Luis at the back, bro.
The only time you're not stressed is when you play FA Cup. Alright, come on, man.
All right,
back again.
Shit, where were we? Yeah, Firmino's overrated. I'd come. I think we're done with that one. But like I said, congrats to Liverpool.
Yeah. I wanted to say something about Liverpool.
I mean, they were the best in a season where everybody just was trash. So, yeah.
That's not true. Leicester did that. Not Liverpool.
Okay, yeah, Leicester, by their standards, they did well. But, okay. But still, nah. Now, obviously, the main attraction in the Premier League right now is the top 4. The race to the top 4. Thoughts? Who's going to finish in the top 4, gentlemen?
As a Chelsea fan, I'm not confident we're going to finish in the top 4, hey? If I'm being an honest Chelsea fan, we don't look fit to finish strong, if I would say.
Yeah.
We don't look very good. We don't look very sharp. We aren't creating chances as much as I would want us to do. We aren't potent, and we're also not the strongest defensive. We're actually terrible defensively. So
set pieces.
Disgusting.
So
set pieces are the worst.
It hurts to see a team play like that. Hashtag Lampard out.
But also, I think it could just end up being that thing of initially, how can I phrase this? I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, no, the team initially it wasn't going well. I think, Wanda, I see what you're saying last week. The week before the last podcast, man, like Tammy Abraham, the boys aren't just a lot of things aren't operating. But we also have to remember Chelsea are overperforming for where people thought we would have been at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season, I was one of them. I said I would be happy with European football.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, now seeing where we are, where we could have been, if we don't get Champions League, I still back the boys to get it. This is what I was gonna say. Based on the thing of like, okay, United are hot form. I think you guys will win. I think you guys will win your remaining 5 or 6 games.
Yes,
this is that thing of, I believe Leicester will bottle. They have been. They will continue to. Whether it's at the hands of a lower club or you guys on the last day, I think it will be enough. Wolves yesterday showed that, listen, I don't know if it was a bad day or products need to be given
Arsenal.
to Arteta.
It's not a bad day. Arsenal played well. It's not a bad day, please.
Okay, please.
You stole it right out of my mouth. I was about to give Arteta the compliments because defensively, they were set up very well. Wolves couldn't penetrate them, but also, how can you not penetrate an Arsenal defense? So it's a bit of both. But I think Chelsea and Leicester will drop points where they shouldn't. United will finish above them, but I do back the boys to still to still get a Champions League place, whether it's we finish 6th and City are out, no 5th and City are out, or conventional top 4. I think we'll be able to do it. We'll make it work.
It's like I said, like 2 months before football started, United are going to finish 3rd. Now you are all seeing it. The football is communicating. Pogba and Bruno's back again. Martial is the top goal scorer in the Premier League in 2020. Those are French Kabuza. What you saying now, Star?
He's the top goal scorer. Wait, let me see this.
Martial is the top goal scorer in 2020.
In
2020 is the top Premier League goal scorer in 2020.
How many goals?
He's number
7.
1.
I think he's got 7 in 2020. I think 7 in 2020 so far.
The Corona-ridden 2020, right?
Dude, Martial
injury.
Can I have something to say? Can I say something quickly about the top 4 situation? Like Lesedi said, it's true. Yeah, Chelsea didn't expect much coming to this not, but you guys were talking about how. Remember before it was the plan and how you guys were so all of a sudden anti-spending, and now we're going to start using our players from the loan system, once or whatnot. But now we're seeing Chelsea's true business model. The money's being spent, but it's good. Investment is very good. I agree. But I think at the moment United have just got it right, dude. I think at the moment Bruno Fernandes is the best player in the Premier League.
Cap.
No, it's facts. It's facts. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie.
He's the best player currently.
Currently.
No. He's on the best form. Wonder.
Yes, so that makes him the best player currently. That makes him the best currently on form. He's the best player in the Premier League. On form, currently, he's the best player in the Premier League. 9 Premier League games, 6 goals, 5 assists. He is the best Premier League player currently.
No, he's on the best form. Just because you're on good form doesn't mean you're the best.
But currently implies form, though. Currently does imply form, though.
The last 7 weeks or 9 weeks, he's the best currently.
There is no play in the Premier League that is affecting games the way Bruno is affecting them currently.
He's a game changer.
So he's a disease. He's infectious. So it doesn't mean he's the best.
Listen, you know what's talking there, dog? Your heart is hurting. Don't take your heart out of this, bro. No. If you look at the way
I hate Man United, man. I hate Man United. But right now they're playing phenomenal football. Like, I watch their games because that's how good it is. And currently, the best player in the league is Bruno Fernandes. No argument about it, because if we look at form, like Lesedi says, if we look at form, he's on the best form in the league.
Everything he touches turns to gold.
And sorry, Sadie, bro.
Everything he touches turns to gold at the moment. Dude,
and it's not a thing of he's carrying United. If you look at that midfield trio, Pogba is an unsung hero now. He doesn't have to put up double-doubles, triple-doubles every game anymore for United to get wins. And that's an integral part to United's midfield. The way he keeps the tempo ticking. Bruno is supposed to do the dancing stuff, but Pogba's now controlling games. But we're not seeing it because all you guys are looking at is Bruno. Pogba's back. Matic, this is the best I've ever seen Matic play in a United shirt.
All you guys are talking about is Bruno.
But you still need a manager.
Lesedi, let's not even lie to ourselves, brother. I think watching United the other day, though, as a United fan myself, I'm still not very confident with that defense. But like Labs is saying now, Pogba, I'll say now, the pressure is completely off Pogba. We're watching Man United, and you're not even really watching. There's no magnifying glass on him. And it allows him to do his job, and not only do that, but complement everyone else's qualities in the field, dude. So I think that's
like we see it now. Pogba's he's enjoying his football.
Speaking of which, guys, before our time runs out, can I please have one last rant? And I'd love to know your guys' opinions. I'd love to know your opinions.
Don't worry,
we've got time, Buddha.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Speaking of trebles, I came across something yesterday, and they were saying, Liverpool fans were saying, this is the best ever Premier League team, what, and this is what they'd like to tell you. I just want to give you a few stats, bro. But what's this? What's that? Man City agree?
Nah, come on, bro. Express stays lying. Express stays lying. Express stays lying.
Oh yeah, no, I had to come see what City were doing here. I'm actually on Sky Sports trying to see what the stories are saying. But continue there, Wolfie. No, don't worry.
No,
You're not gonna hear anyone in this call that will agree to such propaganda of this Liverpool team being the best.
I'm just saying, well, the treble team of '99, bro. The treble team of '99 lost 4 games in all competitions the whole season, bro. They were unbeaten in all competitions from Christmas onwards. This is nothing new, bro. What Liverpool are doing is nothing new.
But that losing 4 games across all competitions is tricky because in some competitions you need to lose 1 and then you're out.
Exactly. So, that was the League Cup. It was the League Cup and the Premier League, the only competition we lost. We were unbeaten in the Champions League, obviously unbeaten in the FA Cup. It just shows you that there's levels to this game, dude. And I think I'm very disappointed about how Liverpool just guarded every other trophy this season and every other season anyways, bro. They're not even close, in my opinion.
Yeah, facts. Okay, from an Arsenal point of view, let's let you go first. What does your club need to win the league?
To win the league, €1 billion. That's step number 1. But real chats, I don't think we're far off. I think the one main thing that we need is a solid defense. And with Saliba coming in, I think we just need to get Upamecano, or I don't know how to pronounce it.
Upamecano, yeah.
Yeah, or I wouldn't say Koulibaly because, I mean, damn, Arsenal never wins those type of challenges. So we just need a proper centre-back, and David Luiz needs to sit down because, I mean, Mustafi, David Luiz, Kolasinac, that's my back three. I'm overperforming.
Steve, I think
I'm overperforming right now.
In terms of Arsenal, like, of course, I'm not an Arsenal supporter, but I mean, I do watch their games and all of that. I tend to watch all of the games unless they're like in the same time. In Arsenal, you guys really look at it. If you look at Arsenal, you guys only have Aubameyang and then you have Leno. If you really look at Arsenal, you need better defenders. Okay, Ten is starting to show himself. Okay, he's starting to show himself. Xhaka is showing promise and all of that. Arsenal are going to be in the same problem they are now that they are next season because there's so much construction still to do. If you look at it in terms of the other teams, United at more convincing left back, maybe you can argue centre back.
Wait, hold on. Did you say more convincing left back?
Yeah.
Compared to which left back of mine? Compared to which left back of mine, by the way? Just so that we're on the same page.
No, he's talking about United.
He's talking trash about United. He's talking trash about United, which he loves to do.
Oh.
He's having a go at United.
I'm going through all the teams. Allow it, Wolfie. Why are you catching feelings? Imagine. City they just need that centre back and they'll be operating better than they have. Liverpool, I think Liverpool just need better. They need better midfielders. I think obviously Gini is good. Fabinho is good.
It's incoming.
Yeah, that Alcantara one. That's going to come to amend the game. Chelsea further back to winning the league. Once you leave the midfield, we need help defensively, keeperly, and everything. Also Chelsea better midfielders, world-class strikers. So if you look at it in terms of construction,
the whole team.
Arsenal's there in and around Spurs. I think Spurs need to be managed well. I think Mourinho, that wasn't the right move for him. Also, his tactic-wise, it's not on. Arsenal need heavy construction. Chelsea needs construction.
Lebs, can I finish, Lebs, my building of the team? Because now we're hearing other London boys telling us what to do with our team.
I know you may proceed, honorable member.
I think Thomas Partey, we might get it over the line, which is going to be great. Because that's
killing
another thing.
He's killing his career by going there. No
That's a
bullshit.
big signing.
If you look at
Very
Arsenal,
good signing.
the problems are twofold, right? And when someone says major construction, I don't really agree because we have nothing wrong going forward, bro. We can score against any team in the Premier League. The problems are in the defense and the protection to the defense. And if we get a proper CDM, we get proper centre backs, I don't see any reason why we can't honestly challenge, because Aubameyang is going to give you 20 plus a season. Lacazette on form is going to give you 15 plus.
Aye. Let's not do that.
Prince Darren Bent.
Let's not do that.
Prince Darren Bent.
Can I finish?
So,
Can I finish?
okay,
Can I finish?
sorry.
I'm not done.
So when
not done. Not
okay.
done. Not
Okay,
done.
finish.
Yeah. Nicolas Pepe, although people said he was overrated, is adapting to the game, and I think next season he's gonna show that he belongs here. So, like in terms of my squad, then you got off the bench, you got Martinelli, which I think is the next Neymar. And then, yeah, like honestly, don't laugh, guys. Martinelli is hot, and the Chelsea guy will know. They said he will know.
Relax.
Hey, gents.
Ozil definitely needs to go. Wage bill killing us there in that department. And yeah, if we get a 10, I think that's about it. Like then we're talking. Like Arsenal can challenge.
You just mentioned the whole team.
No,
you need a
But
whole
that's what I
team.
said. But this is
no,
what I
that
said.
is not the whole team. What did I just say? I said we need a proper centre back. We already have Saliba coming in, guys. Remember, we need a proper centre back.
You need two centre backs. You need two centre backs.
No, we don't, because we have one coming in.
Who's your
That's
other
what
one?
I just said.
That just means the
Focus.
construction's already started. But continue.
Focus. We need a CDM. We need a CDM and we need a 10. And then we're going.
But also, Chief, okay, I chop 3 midfielders from an Arsenal perspective. In your construction, you said Thomas Partey and you said creative.
Yeah.
Justin Genje, CM, who do you guys have for you?
Xhaka is world class, bro.
Nah.
This season, unfortunately, it just didn't work out for whatever reason, be it with management, be it with style of play, be it with the fact that we're just surrounded with average players. Pepe hasn't clicked on yet. But
He's one of the average players.
I doubt.
He's not a star. Somebody lie.
I think Lacazette at his best, and all other top 6 strikers and their reserves at their best. It's not looking great.
Chelsea, I think, Star, you already mentioned what you guys what you guys need to win the league again.
Can I just add a few things?
Sure, go for it, bro.
Sack Frank Lampard.
Oh God. Yo.
Let me explain why. Frank Lampard. Frank is an Englishman, you know. When was the last time an Englishman won the Premier League? I don't think an Englishman has.
Never.
Exactly. Frank Lampard is at best a championship coach.
That's harsh. Fuck, that's harsh. No, that's harsh, bro. That's harsh.
Let me explain why. Our best player, in inverted commas, in terms of the season, Mason Mount, right? Our best player. He wouldn't start at any other team, right? I say.
Correct.
Any other top team. 2, his style of football, he doesn't have the creativity. He doesn't have that
the hazard.
I call it the non-English thing. He doesn't have the non-English thing about him. He doesn't float on the ball. He's not easy on the eye. He's not easy to give the ball to. He's a very one-dimensional
Textbook.
Yeah, textbook player, right? And I feel like those days where the midfielder is textbook are gone in teams like Chelsea. I say this because I think Lampard was the last midfielder who was actually a textbook midfielder and did well. Maybe that's why he plays a lot. Lampard sees himself in him. But I think that day primarily shows the lack of creativity we have as Chelsea, right? Also, going forward, obviously we don't have a striker. As much as we have strikers, we don't have a striker. Willian's getting old, you know. He's we know Willian.
Contract expiring.
Contract expiring, but now you want to play like prime Ronaldinho. That's what he does, you know. But he doesn't, you know, he doesn't give us the magic. Defenders are not scared of Willian. Defenders don't look at Willian and say, "Oh my gosh, here comes Willian." The new boy Christian Pulisic. As much as Chelsea fans like him, I still have my doubts.
He's class. I think he's class.
Wait. That man then was benching at Dortmund, yeah? We bought a man who was on the bench at Dortmund. Not because of injury.
I'm so sorry. You're wrong. You are wrong.
Wait. Let me finish. He was benching his last season at Dortmund. He was on the bench. He didn't start.
Because he had signed for Chelsea in Jan. The manager was like, you don't want to play for the team. You don't have the longevity of the team. You're not going to be there. Just like with all these transfer rumors with Sancho. When last has Sancho started again? Does that mean he's not the player? I think you're being very harsh on a lot of things, but continue.
He's being harsh, bro.
Pulisic, right? I said Pulisic at best is a player where you say, okay, the next movie is going to do it. Because there's a lot of, if you look at his goal attempts, if you look at the chances he has, he doesn't convert. His conversion rate is terrible. As much as he scored in these very few games he came out, look at how many shots he takes, right? You go look at that. You go.
Is it Pulisic? Is this Pulisic?
Yeah. Pulisic, yeah.
But you're talking about a youngster. You're talking about a 20-year-old. What? 19-year-old? 20? How old is he?
No, he's 21. He's 21. Mbappe is also 21. Mbappe is also 21. But
yeah, Mbappe is playing with guys that are part-time dentists, bro.
Bro. Mbappe at Monaco was more prolific than Pulisic now. Mbappe at Monaco took on City, buried City. Mbappe at Monaco.
Yes, but that team also won the league.
But that shows his class.
Nah, Wolfie. No, Wolfie. I won't lie. No, not Wolfie. Sorry. Star. Your conclusions and your comparisons are not fair.
But you know,
name another 21-year-old in the world on Mbappe's level.
Okay, I mean,
Marcus Rashford.
But no, not Rashford. But I can name players who are around about Pulisic's age who are way better than him. I can.
Who would you rather have? Who would you swap him with? Same age.
I'd have Vinicius Jr. But I mean,
Rodrigo.
I'd have Rodrigo Hoes. Look at his conversion rate. Right? Look at his conversion.
You know what I see what's going on here, Star? You know, because you're pro football doesn't mean you have to be pro English, anti-English football. And I think also that's where your unfair assessment of Lampard comes in. I think Lampard's a decent manager, you know? He's shown
one season he's playing a style.
Yeah, I think he's a good manager. He's imposed his style on Chelsea. You've seen Chelsea go toe-to-toe against the big guns in the league. Like, yeah, they've fallen, but they haven't had a transfer window as well. I think, to be honest, I think Frank is far ahead of what everybody expected him, where everyone expected him to be. And that's
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
I have a question to you, Labs. Would you have Ole Gunnar or Frank Lampard as a coach?
Of course, Ole.
I'd have Ole, bro. But
Okay. Do you now wait?
It's true that fits though.
No. Wait.
Can I finish?
Based on what?
Yeah, but based on what? Yes, it has to be based on what? Because you see, thing is, Ole. The reason why I'd like Ole is because he's a United legend. He knows what it means to be United. You know, but Frank's team is coached better than United. If you watch Chelsea play, those boys are coached better than United. Because from the bottom of my heart, I really think you are being unnecessarily harsh. Because if you look at a number of things, the striker bit, you didn't lie in any bit of that aspect.
I can't find a single lie there. But
We're
like,
not a creative team, though. We're not a creative team.
But you got Hakim coming. You got Hakim coming in.
No. We don't have creative players. You can't make that like.
What?
You can't blame the manager on that.
Ross Aldinho Barkley. What do you mean?
Roscoe is our worst attacking player. He's our worst.
Ross Aldinho Barkley is the best player we had.
You see, that's a lie. If you watch our last since restart, you don't even need to watch a lot of games.
Oh, there's a pick of the
Watch how many
counters.
episode. Watch how many counters that this guy stops because he makes the wrong decision. Takes two. Look at the goal against. Look at wait, which one was it? Oh yeah, the game against Leicester. That one against Leicester FA Cup. Clean through 4v2. Makes a pass behind the player. The rest of them catch up.
Look, who won the game for us? Who?
You see, that's your problem. One good goal and it excuses months of errors.
But it does.
He won you the game.
No way, but I think
goal.
Wolfie, I don't know about you, man. But if you look at the Chelsea boys, those kids are coached better than our boys. The only difference is we've got a better team. Like, let's be honest. If you have Bruno and Pogba in there, they can freestyle and win us the game.
100%.
That's why it looks as if United is coached.
I think what I've been very impressed by Chelsea. No, what I like about Chelsea though, compared to last guys had right? The slow build-up, the backward passing, the one thing that managers often find difficult is although the results are not very far different, stars are moving the ball so much quicker. People are passing and running. Like, from a fan's perspective, I think it looks a bit better.
Yeah, it does. Like, I think.
Sorry, guys.
Let's. I don't know what Frank did to you. I wish I knew, but it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, bro, that one is personal. That one is truly personal.
It's
Lampard
personal. That one.
wrong, if we're being honest, he's actually overperformed. No.
Exactly.
No.
He has. Based on where
Sorry,
everyone thought we'd be. My chat is, if we had the quality, like I'm looking at it here, we've had the most shots except for City. If we have the players around that can do the madness to put those in, that's different. First game of the season, Tammy shoots the ball better on 2 occasions. We 2-0 first 15 minutes.
Facts.
That's now completely different. And
to
in a
add
lot
on
of
that,
cases,
But we lost 4-0.
And to add on that,
so that's Lampard's fault. Is that Lampard's fault?
Just to add on that, Lesedi, I want to support Lesedi's point. In terms of what Lesedi is saying, even like the commentators have been saying this, that in terms of Chelsea, even the games they lose, you find that they're creating more. They are more dangerous. Just that the lack of quality at the end cost them the games, especially at home. But yeah, Lampard has done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
You guys are missing the point.
He's the best man.
I think, Nkanyezi, I think next season when you guys have Ziyech and you have guys like Timo Werner, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. I think with the same coaching style, and like experienced players who are not scared of anyone. You know, we're comparing Tammy Abraham now to Timo Werner. You know, I think you're gonna see a lot increase in quality, dude. And I think you guys should be very excited about that. I think Lampard's in the right direction, but not to win the league.
I am.
Yeah.
See, guys, I hear you all, right? But basically, you see what I'm crying for, which you guys are forgetting. It's like Arsenal, right? When Arsenal came off that league-winning peak and Henry left and they had their players, they were playing wonderful football. They were creating so many chances. Their football looked delicious, but they missed that thing. And I feel like Lampard doesn't have that thing where the hunger to be the best, to be apex, to be a big team. We're slowly becoming an Arsenal. I'll tell you why. Now we're taking a lot of development players, right? That's what we're doing. And it's for me as a Chelsea fan, I grew up wanting to win, right? Like you look at Chelsea, like, okay, we're winning the league, we're challenging for the league, because I mean, when we grew up, that was roundabout Chelsea's come up, right? And now we don't think like that. As much as we're Chelsea fans, I don't see the
But that
the
was
league.
the quality, and Kanye's, but you're being unfair. That was the quality as well.
Wait. I don't see us winning the Champions League. I don't see us going into the Final 4, Final 8 Champions League, right? We were held by Valencia this season in the Champions League. Valencia gave us the trouble, right? In the league, okay, maybe in the league we can say everyone was playing badly except for Liverpool. I that's my statement. Everyone had a bad season except for Liverpool in the league. You see, and I just think the way we're going now, it's not a league winning side. We're gonna have Werner, we're gonna have Ziyech, but in the midfield, who's gonna give us the creativity?
That's why man even now wants to get Havertz.
Obviously, we're closing. I think we're gonna leave that point there. We now know what United need, Chelsea need, what Arsenal need. Now, for the last topic is the top 10 most influential transfers in the last decade. Now, you can, I don't know if but it can be like most influential in a good way and a bad way, because there's been a lot of bad transfers as well. There's been
okay, wait. Then can we split it up? Can we do like 5 good, 5
okay,
bad?
5 good. Yeah, let's do 5 good, 5 bad. For bad, I've got
Neymar to
bad.
PSG.
Bad. My number 1 is Neymar.
Alexis Sanchez.
Neymar to PSG.
Neymar to PSG threw away his career.
Lesedi, if you look at Neymar's stats since leaving PSG, you'd think it's a be a pro player on FIFA, bro. Neymar still keeping his standards, dude.
No, but now you must keep
he
your
stepped out of the
standards.
limelight. It was
Remember
maybe a poor career move.
Remember what you were saying to start when we were talking about Mbappe. He's in the limelight in a very dim, not even dim, a dark blue. It's pitch black there. So that thing of like
what
he threw away the opportunity. I don't think he'll get a Ballon d'Or.
I think
he has it in him anymore to get a Ballon d'Or unless he moves in terms of just that one transfer. Also, again, ties into what I say. Short-term satisfaction. He wanted to be the star somewhere. He couldn't handle.
All South American players in history only care about 2 things, bro: the international game and money, bro. Look at how. So I think,
and partying.
And partying, yeah. But I think, personally, I think it was a poor career move. Of course, Neymar. Why would you do that? But he's getting paid bags, and his international game. I think that's what he really cares about in terms of his football. That's what Fergie said in his book. That's what South American players. It's all about their country and money, bro. So I think negotiate the best deal. Doesn't matter, bro. So
I think I can't put Neymar in the bad because his numbers don't lie. He's still like in terms of influencing PSG. I mean, PSG will still be doing what they're doing without him, but like they definitely look stronger with him.
So how's that influence? But
he hasn't been bad.
Exactly where they would be in the league top, usually where they are in Champions League. Champions League, they had a nice group, and now also, they had Madrid in their group, but that was also Madrid playing bad more than PSG did good.
But thing is, dude, like also there when they lost to United last season, Neymar wasn't there. I think if Neymar plays, that's a different game. Like completely.
No one's disputing the quality and what he brings, career-wise.
That's what I'm saying. Like we can't. Bad career move, but we can't put that amongst the 5. I'm sorry, especially when there's players like Alexis Sanchez just waiting there. We can't put that in the bad. Like for me, like my pick, I'm with Wolfie.
But it's
Sanchez is bad.
I guess
Sanchez, that was a bad signing. Man had 5 goals in 40 appearances.
I'm just happy Mkhitaryan was worse. But Alexis Sanchez was the worst signing
Yeah, I think Sanchez was bad.
Mkhitaryan was worse than Alexis Sanchez.
Guys.
You know this.
What about Gonzalo Higuain to Chelsea?
I wouldn't put it top 5 because it's just that thing of like we needed a placeholder. That's all it was. It was just you're there and cheers.
But think of it like this: he was Sarri's star player in his best season. Was it Napoli? He was Sarri's prized possession. He was his key. He was the key to Napoli's reinsurgence as a big team. Was it Napoli? Yeah, it was Napoli, right?
I think the Premier League just choked him, bro. The Premier League just choked him.
Like Payet to whatever team he went to. That's my pick.
On his standards, dude, I'm like, come on. On Higuain standards, because we know he bangs goals. There was nothing, dude. There was nothing.
Yeah.
But then also, like, you guys also, I think another thing, the league that you go to also takes it into account. At Sharp, Napoli, Juventus moving across there. He was doing bits, but also he was there for a longer time than Mertens. Mertens is their all-time top goal scorer. If you look Champions League competing against the best, I think his best season maybe he has 5 or 6. Group stage Merchant also. So it's that thing of like
cost Argentina World Cup.
No. The whole Argentina squad cost Argentina the World Cup.
The whole squad, but
he had a 1-on-1, bro, and he's a striker.
Messi also had a 1-on-1. Look at that game again.
No, if people are gonna blame Robin for 2010, you have to consistent blame Higuain for 2014.
Yeah, I think Higuain's a good shot.
So no. I don't think he's a good shot because it's the sense that I think the weaker leagues have highlighted players. Then when you come to the Prem or in competitions where you actually need to be the player.
Yeah.
Fraudulent.
Another vote here. Naby Keita to Liverpool.
Oh God, thank you.
No.
Disgusting.
60 million pounds. 60 million pounds.
I can't back that one because I think in any other team coached well, because I don't know if you saw what he was doing at Leipzig. He was a baller. He was a candidate. He was in the nominee.
Hey guys, let's not get it.
Team of the year.
Guys, let's not get it confused. Let's not get it confused. We're not talking about the player's ability as a transfer. That person's influence on the team. We have to admit that Keita has done nothing with Liverpool. You can say that's bad coaching. You can say it doesn't matter. The fact is, he has not performed as a Liverpool player. Like he hasn't.
If he was a 22 million pound player, I'd be like, okay, that's good business, because he's a squad rotation player. He's come on and been a bit average. But you bought the man for premium. You paid premium price.
But you're saying top 5 worst in the last decade.
Yeah,
I think.
We still have James Rodriguez.
Nah, man. No, you're reaching. You're reaching.
Oh, wait, no. Wait.
Mariano.
You have to base it to the same standard.
Yeah, I am, Mariano, and you're reaching. Like I thought, James' first season at Madrid was decent, actually.
For the price tag,
James is quality.
But for the price tag,
No, calm.
50 mil. How much was it? 50 mil?
Wasn't it 50, 60, if I'm not mistaken? Around there.
At the time, the amount of money it was.
Yeah, now I hear you.
Things changed after Neymar's transfer. Money became like the what's this? The number in terms of numbers. It changed.
Inflation.
I'm so glad Corona happened, actually, in the sense that what it did to the transfer market, because teams don't have those funds to just go splash. Let me just do 120 on something. It's humbled them a bit, and it's brought the cap down to where players should be.
There's many players, to be honest. You can say Coutinho to Barca. That was bad. Griezmann to Barca. Griezmann to Barca is also not been what we expected it. Pepe, underwhelming.
I think it's hard. I think it's hard to say that because, like, you
Balotelli to Liverpool.
What the coach has done.
Di Maria.
Balotelli to Liverpool, bad.
Morgan Schneiderlin.
Di Maria to United. You're not lying,
Bad.
star.
You see, you know what I'm saying? So like I think, and we're not saying those are not ballers, but we're saying when they transferred to their team, it became a shit show. That's what it was like. All right, but then I think, okay, I'm gonna go with an obvious pick for the best, Ronaldo. Thank you, Ronaldo to Madrid.
Can I have the 5?
That's the best signing in history.
But that's
the best signing in history.
Yeah.
But that was 2000.
Can I have the 5? Did you pick a 5? Or are we just gonna freestyle it?
Oh shit! 5. I don't know, bro. Like,
now let's freestyle it.
We'll freestyle
yeah, let's freestyle it. Yeah.
Wait, was Ronaldo in 20?
Oh, it was 2009. It was 2009. My bad.
2009, before the World Cup.
Okay, my bad.
Neymar to Barcelona.
But Wolfie, you're not lying. That's football's greatest transfer.
Yeah.
Neymar to Barcelona is my pick.
I think so, dude. He scored.
Yeah, Neymar to Barcelona is also a really good shot. He lit up the La Liga when he came.
KDB to Wolfsburg.
KDB to Man City.
I think KDB to Man City is better than KDB to Wolfsburg.
Very.
To Man City, bro.
KDB to Man City.
Yeah, I think
Hundreds was things about KDB English.
You see, City, KDB to Wolfsburg is what put that started to put the spotlight on him. But KDB to Man City is what solidified him as the best midfielder we've seen in a long time.
Salah to Liverpool. Can't debate. Can't dispute.
Yeah, I might hate the guy, but you can't debate Salah to Liverpool.
One of the greatest signings.
That was a good deal. That was.
And obviously, Van Dijk to Liverpool, gentlemen. As much as we can have, I think
you see, that's what
Liverpool became a championship-winning team when Van Dijk stepped in.
Facts.
So, Aubameyang to Arsenal.
Hey,
for the team, but not for the player.
What must he do? Golden boots, nyana. He's scoring. Individual. It's a good transfer.
Yeah. If you put it like that, no, you're not lying.
When LeBron gets swept at Cleveland Cavaliers, no one talks about him carrying them the whole season. We say he got swept in the Cleveland Cavaliers. No one says, "Oh, LeBron."
I think we're forgetting one man. A lot of people say he's overrated, but he's not. Eden Hazard. I think Eden Hazard was fantastic for Chelsea.
Oh,
yeah, phenomenal signing.
Phenomenal.
Oh man.
And it was between Man United and Chelsea. It was between United and Chelsea. He said no to Fergie.
Sir Alex said no because he thinks Hazard is weak. Yeah, that's what happened. But Hazard, for me, Hazard's probably Hazard. Oh, Diego Costa is a good shout also.
No.
Sanchez to Arsenal?
Because that was Mourinho.
No chance. Okay.
So, Sanchez to Arsenal, yeah, even that one.
I don't think it worked out the way Mourinho wanted it out.
Yeah, Sanchez to Arsenal was also a very good signing. Very, very good. We can't even dispute that. But I think Lewandowski to Bayern. Can we say
that one takes the cup. For me, too good.
It's amazing. Nah, but obviously football. I think the person with the most unexpected starts to their career. I wanna say it was a good signing, but his first season was very bad. Was Luka Modric to Madrid.
Facts.
Very bad first season, but he picked it up.
The fans hated him.
Yeah, but he picked it up big time. But Modric had a tough time first season, but then after that, world class. Can't argue with him. But I think unless anybody else has anyone.
I don't know. I wouldn't say Ozil to Arsenal because as much as he became a baller, well, he didn't become a baller. He was a baller at Real Madrid. It didn't do anything to further his career. He still talks about him wishing he stayed at Madrid, wishing he won the Champions League with Madrid.
Who we talking about?
Mesut Ozil.
Oh, okay. I think a nice shout is Kante to Chelsea.
Definitely. Oh, yes.
Kante to Chelsea. He won you the title.
Definitely. Definitely.
And then to flip the coin, now for managers, like which managers were influential in getting. Please stay away from Pep and Klopp. Those are obvious.
Conte. Well, the season he won.
Antonio Conte.
Wait, sorry, what are we saying?
Like which managers?
That was an open season, if we're being honest as well, though. But props to Conte for capitalizing. But that 2016-17 season, the Premier League wasn't written in stone.
Me, I think, contrary to beliefs, guys, Louis van Gaal, he deserves more credit than he got. Like, contrary to beliefs.
If his football wasn't boring, I think he deserved another more backing. But his football was just boring. We were tired, bro. The most back passes in the Premier League, the least shots. It was a terrible time, I think. We lost to Norwich at home, and we had
top five
to Norwich at home.
Top 5 worst transfers of managers. Unai Emery to Arsenal. There, definitely number one spot.
Personally, I think that's another one where it's like, you left. Okay, wait, no shame. That was a man who was doing business with Sevilla and PSG, came to Arsenal.
And then he just.
I genuinely think some people just can't stomach the Premier League. Like, it's too much for you.
But there's eyes. There's eyes in the Premier League. I think.
Did Unai Emery get 100% backing?
I don't think so. No ways.
So it's kind of unfair in a way, dude. He had like 1.5 seasons.
This is where like the difference between. This is where the difference between the Premier and the La Liga come in. La Liga, from a football aspect, has a higher quality, footballing-wise.
Yeah.
But because there's more eyes on the Premier League, a lot of people crumble underneath that pressure. A lot of people crumble underneath the Premier League pressure, and that's just true. More people watch the Premier Leagues. So like when you step onto that pitch, for example, as a Man United player, when you step onto that pitch, there's far more scrutiny than when you're an Atletico player. Far more scrutiny. So there's more pressure for you to perform as a Premier League player than as a La Liga player. And I think sometimes that pressure is what causes players to choke.
Definitely.
So that's my take on it. So but I
think I'm gonna have to go soon.
Yeah, I was about to wrap it up because we're done. But other than that, guys, there's been some interesting points. Arsenal propaganda flying as usual. Unfair criticism.
That has to be the thumbnail. That has to be the thumbnail. Xhaka's walked out.
Start being criminally unfair on Lampard. One of them ones. United.
Disgusting.
As you know, these commentators say, United running rampant, while the others, seem to be getting back. But other than that, guys, it's been another episode of the Offside Podcast. Thank you guys for coming on once again.
At the wheel.
You done know the
Thanks, boys.
And hopefully I can have you guys on the next one.
Frank Lampard out. Frank Lampard out.
Oh, how? All right, sure, Jids.
Away.
Stop.
Away.